Hey friends, we have finally reached the end of 2023, and you know what that means. New year, new me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mia, and somehow you landed on my YouTube channel. Maybe you found your way to my page, maybe you're a returning subscriber, and my channel is called Making It With Mia. So before we do anything else, I'd greatly appreciate it if you headed on over and checked out some of my other YouTube videos, shorts. I have been kind of inconsistent this last end of the year because I've had some major life transitions go on, but if you like, share, and subscribe, I would love for you to be part of this growing community of believers and people that just want to get to know about God, themselves, and their purpose here on earth. Every year around this time of year, you see the New Year, New Me posts, whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, any type of social media, TikTok, whatever it looks like. This is the time of year where everyone is talking about New Year, New Me, and they set out a list of expectations or goals or whatever they have for themselves to reach in the following year. But this year, this end of year heading into 2024, I want to take a different approach, and I hope to help someone else take a different look or develop a different perspective on the New Year, New Me quote that we put out every year. So stick around. I know for me personally, 2023 is a year that I definitely will not forget. It's like 2020, 2021, 2022, but 2023 I think was probably like the icing on the cake for the things that I want to see change in my life and the things that I'm going to continue to work on as you transition into 2024. I just want to be clear from the jump that nothing in 2024 is changing for me. Nothing. Now you're probably like, wait, isn't this a New Year, New Me title? Probably looking for some inspiration and maybe like, what am I going to be looking forward to 2024 and all those things? Yes and no. This is more of an approach to be able to share with you why I'm not doing the New Year, New Me as we enter into 2024 when the calendar flips from December 31st to January 1. Okay? Now let me be clear. Now what I'm not saying is that if you're doing the New Year, New Me, that I am against that or anything, which I'm not. Everyone takes to the new year and their new goals, their new things they want to accomplish in their own personal way. We are all diverse people. We all have diverse mindsets. We all have different goals and what we want to see different for the following year. I should mention that this includes me too, guys. But I think my perspective and just kind of my outlook is you don't need to wait till next year to be able to start for those goals, or maybe use what you've walked through this year to maybe recognize some points through this year that has already started to elevate you or accelerate you into those goals, and be grateful for where you are now, and that you don't need to rush into anything so suddenly just because the calendar switches. So in a sense, New Year, New Me isn't going to be happening. At least not in the way people expect anyways. But instead, I want to take some time to really reflect on 2023 and just what God's done for me, some things I have personally learned, and some things I will not be doing, and just some new boundaries that I have personally put into place that is going to contribute to the development of the Making It With Mia on all my social platforms, YouTube, Instagram. I have a TikTok page. I have a link tree. All that stuff is linked in the description for every video for you guys to continue to follow along and be invested into whatever God shares with me that I share with you. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my iPad to be able to follow along on my notes on just some things as I was reflecting and just wanting to take the time to be like, what do I want to share about this to really reach people, to help them develop a new perspective on the New Year, New Me kind of slogan or thing that we take on. So I know for me in 2023, some ways that I was able to really reflect on the good of this year, because there's just so many negative, bad, or horrendous things that have happened this year that we have been exposed to, that I just want to take some time to reflect on the good and how I can take that good and continue to carry it with me into 2024. So some things that were good, positive, great things that came from this year is being able to see another birthday. I'm a February baby, a February 28th baby, so like the end of the month, unless it's the 29th, which 2024 is a leap year. So I am not a leap year child, but I am not going to be the last day of the month either. And I turned 26. I was able to just be able to go take really nice birthday pictures, and I will attach an image here and I was able to just see another year, because there have been parts of me that struggled where I never really thought that I would live to see another birthday. Some other things was I graduated from OSU with my master's of social work. That was such a huge accomplishment because I started in the pandemic, August of 2020, when I went to grad school, because I graduated in undergrad December of 2019, right before the world kind of went on the brink of chaos, and I didn't know what was going to happen. But what I did know is I wanted to go to school, and that was a really, really, really difficult time to go through school in the pandemic because we weren't 100% sure what the future looked like. But 3 years later, I got my diploma, I got my degree, and let me tell you about that day. Quick story time for you. That day of graduation, it's an outside stadium in Ohio, and it was pouring down rain. And I was like, God, I am not going to this graduation. No, I'm not, because I just got my hair done. I don't want to go sit in those bleachers soaking wet, My family was like, Mia, you should go, Mia, you should go. And finally I was like, you know what, rain or shine, I'm gonna go. I worked my butt off. I'm gonna go get that degree. And as soon as we were walking out to the lineup to walk over to the stadium, it stopped raining. And the clouds were still gray, and it was still like a little trickle here and there. And I was like, okay, we can deal with this. Let me take my raincoat off. I accidentally tore one of the roses off my cap. It was a whole thing. Dropped my tassel at one point while we were walking to the stadium. It was a whole thing. But I was like, here I am. Eventually, when we got into that stadium and got to our seats, it's like God, he rolled back the clouds. The sun came out, and it went from like 45, 50 degrees, cold, pouring down rain, to like 70 plus, heat, sun, hot, sticky. And I sat there in that bleacher stand, shoulder to shoulder with thousands. I think it was 13,000 students that graduated that day. I think there was like 60,000 people in that stadium, shoulder to shoulder in the heat. And I just felt God be like, see, child, I'm going to come through for you. I had nothing to say. I could complain about how hot it was like everyone else. I could have complained, but I said, you know what? I'm going to sit right here in this all black, not uniform. What do you call those? Gowns. And I had the hood, because as a master's student, you get the hood. And I was hot. I was shoulder to shoulder, but I ain't going to say anything, because I'd rather be sitting here in this heat, shoulder to shoulder with these students on this beautiful day now, versus sitting here cold, wet, and probably sick in the torrential downpour. So that's a little something, FYI, where I'm thankful for God that he came through, because he always does. And surprisingly, with that, I thought when I graduated, I was done. But the Lord spoke, and when he speaks, I listen. You should listen too, because it's usually something pretty important. And he said to go back to school and get my teaching license. So, little background, my bachelor degree is in education human services without the teaching license. And God knows I want to be a teacher and like be in the classrooms and like be like certified through like the state. So he said go, and I was like, bro, me, because I'm done. Like at this point, I'm just like, Mia is tapped out. Like, wave the little white flag, beep, 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 we're done. And I was like, okay. And at this point, it's like midsummer. And I was like, well, FAFSAs are over. Applications are probably already in. I'm probably already behind. Every excuse in the book. So I was like, let me go ahead and look at Liberty University, because that's kind of where I felt led to go. And plus I know someone else that had went there, and I wanted to go to a Christian university. I was like, okay, tell me why I submitted my application. And maybe like 48 hours later, I was accepted into the program. Masters of Art Teaching, Elementary Ed K through 6 licensure track. So it's a 1.5 years. I was like, oh, okay. Well, classes and stuff, FAFSA, I don't even know if they'll accept that because I'm like late. Did all that, boom, no problem, accepted. Here's your award money, here's your classes, you can start in summer. I was like, whoa, time out. Just graduated, your girl's on break. So I will start in fall. And I did start in fall. And I just completed my first semester at Liberty University in the MAT program. So, yeah. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. And another thing that God has done for me is I have, or that I've done and tried out in 2023, is I've tried like different hairstyles to just really kind of express that inner personality of like who I am. Because a lot of people don't realize like I'm a very like business serious, and not like a mean like blah, 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 serious, like a focus, like to get things done, tasks done, things like that completely. But I also have a really funny, like bright personality, goofy, like, you know, kind of funny. I think that's probably the best way to put it. And I want to be really expressive of that. So I've tried quite a few different hairstyles, and I'm like showing you like what that's looked like this year to kind of express more of my inner creativity. So that was fun. Also, I have also learned this year to set boundaries with people. You're over there, I'm over here. And doing that has allowed me to be able to build more self-confidence for myself, in addition to maintaining a level of respect for me. And when someone crosses that boundary, I know how to be able to appropriately, you know, handle that said situation. Now let's talk about how I grew closer in my relationship to God. Yes. So I love Jesus, love Jesus, and that's probably why you're here on this page. I love Jesus, love Jesus. When you experience the true love of God, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but you just love him, and you can't help but not to keep that in. But some ways I was able to grow my relationship with God in 2023 was quite a few things, actually. I went to go see the Chosen series. And if you don't know the Chosen series, let me put you on game. You need to go check it out. The creator is Dallas Jenkins. Jonathan Rubin plays Jesus in The Chosen. It is 7 seasons. Season 4 comes out in February in theaters. 7 seasons. Season 3 came out, and they do like Christmas specials in the movies, but you can go to the Chosen app, YouTube, and if you have Angel Studios on Roku, you can get that and watch it as well. And that really helps me see the Bible and what we know about the stories in the Bible about Jesus come to life. So please go check that out. Also, I started my Making It With Mia. Around May-ish this year. And I first started on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, what are you doing? I have dance videos. I got like 1 minute inspirations, encouragement. Like, yes, I do prophetic ministry dance. Please go check it out. I'm trying to learn how to do it on YouTube, but I don't know how to do it with music without copywriting it, and I need someone that has an expertise in that field to help you grow out, because I want to share that with you guys and teach dance to others. I started that on YouTube. I've been inconsistent. I have school, moving, things like that, but I'm going to be very, very consistent for next year. And I went to see Jesus Revolution movie. Well, again, Jonathan Rubin, who plays Jesus in The Chosen, plays Jesus. No, he doesn't play Jesus. He plays one of the main characters in Jesus Revolution movie. Yours truly, please go watch it. One thing I also did this year to grow closer to God is I cut my hair. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck does that have to do with anything? To me, everything. I am someone that like just values my hair a lot. Now my hair is not really long, and actually how long it is now, from the front it looks shorter, but maybe if I'll show a behind picture. I cut, it was like 6 inches of my hair off in February for my birthday, because it was one of those things where I was like, God, I want to get so close to you. I want to go on such a different level. Like, what am I willing to give up? You know, you hear about tithe, giving offerings, money, sacrificing time, whatever it was, you know, Bible studies, whatever that looks like for you. And me, I went to my hairstylist, who's also a pastor, who's been doing my hair for 3 years, and she knows how important my hair is to me. And I cut my hair, and we prayed before I did it. I said, you know what, I'm willing to give up my hair that I value so much. And you're like, it can grow back. I get that. But there's more to the story as to why I value my hair. And I cut it, and it was like to here, like chin here, short. And it was such a weird adjustment for me. So the fact that it's the end of the year, it's been 8 months, and it's now like here. Yes. And I feel like that was a huge success for me to be able to cut my hair and really grow a deeper relationship with the Lord. So yes, I attended an Easter spectacular show out here in Zanesville, Ohio. It's about an hour the south, I don't know directions, of where I live at this Cornerstone church. It was fantastic. It was amazing. Again, clips. I'll put them out for y'all to see. And that was just so heart moving. Oh my goodness. I can't even if I could find a way to insert a clip, I will. And I also in August had a word spoken to me at my church that also saved my life. I won't get into all the details of what that was, other than when I came back from Myrtle Beach, I went to the altar and I was crying before the Lord, and He heard my prayers through something I had been working with. The pastor spoke to me, and it all very simple. I don't know what you've been battling, but God's figuring out. He's working on your behalf, and it broke me. Just everything I needed to know, because that day saved my life, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But I think it's important that just as much as I reflect on the good, I think it's so important to reflect on the bad. This year was a year of loss, and I'm about to start crying before I even talk about it. This year was a year of loss too, in different ways. But loss that God will use for my good, eventually one day. But it's a very short list, but it's a very powerful list. I lost our first dog, our family dog. Her name was Lola. I think I featured her in one of my very first videos. I'll insert a picture of her. And due to reasons, I won't share the details, but she had to be rehomed, and she's with another family right now. My grandfather passed away this year, and that was so shocking. It was my mom's dad, my mom's biological dad, and my grandfather. I call him Pappy. I am his first granddaughter, and he passed away on June 4th, and I got the call right at the end of church service. And just his service was June 9th, and I went home for that with my siblings, and that was really hard. That was really, really, really hard. I just recently, this past week, just went to his grave and for Christmas and kind of remembered him, and that was really, really hard. He was the rock of our family, and I know he's in heaven rejoicing, and he would laugh at me if I asked him to come back. So, but that was hard. That was really hard. So if you lost someone this year, or you lost an animal, or you lost relationships, or whatever that loss looks like to you, it's hard. And allow yourself to grieve, and know that in the following year, in 2024, that just because the calendar flips, you may not be done processing those feelings, and continue to allow yourself to walk through that process. And then I lost a family member. His family member, I won't share details, but had some struggles, and is at rest today. So those are things, though, that even through the loss and the pain, that in 2024 I am going to continue to use those important moments of those losses to empower me and empower other people to know that you're not alone, and we all have walked through different levels and certainties of loss that have impacted us to some degree, some way. And something else that God has really done and kind of like brought out more of just me and who I am as I grow and flourish and continue to evolve, because God never is done working on you, is the ability to say no. No is a complete sentence. N-O, to stand up for myself. And you're probably like, God probably didn't make you say no, No. I was a yes ma'am. Yes, like, I will do whatever someone's asked me to do, and like neglect my own health in the process of that. And whether that's saying no for work, boundaries, like learning to advocate for myself and advocating for the needs in other people around me, because I feel like that is really important, and I'm a social worker, to do that. And I have been able to get results out of that, positive, some negative, but that's also okay, because those things are not needed in my life to get the outcomes that I desire. So again, what's changing for 2024? Nothing. But instead, what are we looking forward to? What I want you to do, what I want me to do instead, is to meet myself where I am. For you to meet yourself where you are. That you don't need a large bucket list of, I'm gonna go to the gym every day, get buff, eat 100% healthy, and all these things. And those are great. Those are amazing goals. I'm telling you right now, I have a goal to start working out, or like walking more and doing things like that. But is it going to be right off the gun, boom, January 1st at 6 a.m? Absolutely not. It's something that I'm going to work toward through the year. Okay, so as you work towards your goals or whatever you want to achieve for the following year, don't feel compelled to beat yourself up if right out the gate, January 1, you hit it hard and then by January 10th, you plummet. It's okay to start something and then to restart it again and to meet yourself where you are. So like me, as I transition into 2024, I know I'm in a place of healing. I'm in a place of spending a lot of time having to heal because of things that I've walked through this year that I haven't even mentioned during the course of this video that have impacted me. I know I have to spend a lot of time in prayer. I have to spend a lot of time in worship. I have to surround myself with people that are going to speak life into me and not death, which I literally had someone do, and get me to a place where I can allow God to heal those hurts and brokenness in me and not be a victim in my own story. You know, you can keep giving someone medication, but if they don't want to take it, then they're choosing to continue to live in that state of brokenness, right? And I don't want to, but a lot of the hurt that I have walked and experienced was not due to my own doing. It was due to other people, and I have to learn to forgive them for the things they do, because some of the things that those people do are because they were hurt too. And having to understand that and giving myself grace, allowing myself to be patient. So this year in 2024, I'm going to give myself permission to forgive more. I'm going to give myself permission to go on dates by myself and treat myself the way that I would want to be treated, to value my appearance, to say positive things about myself, to be grateful and have the love of God just radiate all over me for 2024. I'm also going to get myself to work towards, make plans to get to where I want to be. You know, that I don't have to have it all figured out come January 1st. You don't have to have it all figured out come January 1st. You're allowed to make a list, make it again, make it 1, 2, 3 times, and if it's not working out or you need to modify or go a different direction, it's okay. It's okay, sis. Bruh, it's okay. Buy the outfit. And I'm not just saying that because I like to shop. Buy the outfit. Take care of your appearance. Get your nails done. I know this economy is disgusting, and I do my own nails at home. They're press-ons. And treat yourself before you let someone else treat you. I can't stress this enough. Treat yourself. Buy yourself dinner. Take care of you. Get your favorite smell good. Get a candle. A book, whatever you're into. Treat yourself first before you allow someone else to come into your life and treat you, because you set expectations up based on how they're treating you versus how God created you, son or daughter, to be treated with the highest level of respect, because you are royalty and you deserve to be treated 100% well. And if someone's not meeting that, kindly speak to them, let them know, but know that you don't deserve less just because they can't see the value of who you are. And this isn't towards anything or directed towards anyone. I'm just genuinely saying, treat yourself, respect yourself going into the new year. And if you're not there yet and you're getting out of a horrible relationship and you are like me, I just can't even, you'll understand what I've been through. You're absolutely right. I don't understand. I don't know. But what I do know is that you are allowed to give yourself permission to acknowledge what you're going through, what you've been through, where you're at, and go back to that. Meet yourself where you are. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself some empathy. Surround yourself with people that are going to speak positive into you. And then in time, whether it's one day, next month, later down the road, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to jump from the gate on January 1st. That new year, new me. Maybe you're just working on the me, the same you where you are. Give yourself permission, and it is okay to have to restart again. It really is. And lastly, heal. Heal. Whatever that looks like, heal. Heal from past traumas. Heal from mistakes. Heal from what people have said about you. Whether that's putting boundaries in place, meeting people arm's distant length, not answering the phone, not answering that text. It's okay to block people too. And that's not just because it's letting someone know like, oh, they won, blah, blah, blah. No. Block means boundaries. Okay? You're not entitled. You don't owe anybody anything. You do not owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't. You owe yourself respect. Heal. Problem may not have been your fault, but the healing is your responsibility. Heal. God came wrapped in flesh here on this earth. And he knows everything we could ever experience. And he loved people through it all. But the one thing he did was heal. And he understands that you can go to him with everything you've been through. Every hurt, every pain, every trauma, every backbiting, every abuse, every negative word, every physical encounter. He'll take it all. And he'll heal that heart and give you a new life. But you have to allow yourself to go through and work through those things to heal. I go to therapy every single week. Every week, God sends. Unless I miss a session here or there. To allow myself the process to heal. And talk through and work through things that I know I couldn't. Just in addition to God and my relationship with him, he places people on this earth to help us walk through those places that we need to heal the most. Heal. So, as we look forward to 2024 and just all the things God has for us, no, I will not be doing anything different, but I'll be doing exactly what I'm doing now, is meeting myself where I am and going along and bringing the people that are for me with me, and those that are not, let them go by the wayside. Let your fruit this year speak louder than the negative things that people may have said about you, have made you out to be, or remind you of your past and things that you've grown from and overcame. You're worth it, and you have a lot to offer to this world. As we continue to make it out here, I hope you'll continue to make it along with me in this journey, and that you will like, share, and subscribe and stay connected with me if you want to hear more about just the new projects and the things that I'm going to continue to do and be very consistent in this new year with my channels. I'm pretty consistent with my TikTok, but the YouTube and my Instagram, and again, everything's in the description. Follow along, share it with a friend, share it with somebody, and I hope you'll be a part of this community to continue to grow with me, because you don't have to believe to belong, but you have a place here in this community, and we'll believe with you to whatever goals that you have. So with that, y'all take care, y'all be blessed, happy new year, and I'll see you next time on Making It with Mia. God bless. Oh, yeah. Woo!